Alright, so welcome everybody to this week's episode of Indie Inquiries. As I said, this is episode number 13, where each week we study indie game store pages and marketing and provide advice. As always, my co-host is from Nexus Games, Sharky. How are you doing?
I wish I could I wish I could say good, but definitely I feel like really crap. And we're going to push through this, and hopefully I'll get feeling better throughout the podcast.
Well,
We'll have to see.
It'll depend on what games we're playing tonight, right? Or what games we're showing off.
Yeah.
Alright. So, as I said, each week we review stored pages. We have one submission and two upcoming games we're going to be taking a look at, and we're going to be reviewing them from top to bottom. And as always, if you'd like us to take a look at your game in the future, please get in touch.
Why don't we reveal them from the bottom to the top?
Because then it won't help anyone.
I mean, it might help somebody. I mean, some people are bottom people, some people are top people,
It sounds like a D mod, possibly. Alright, but we are beginning with our first game that this one was submitted by a developer. We talked with them and we played the game about 2 weeks ago. This is Crooks Like Us. And as the screenshots have been going along, I can already see one kind of problem with these screenshots.
I haven't seen the screenshot, so let's start from the top, not the middle.
Alright, so I'd say the thumbnail is decent. It's not like the character details, I think, a little low, but the actual title itself stands out.
Yeah, looks kind of plain too. I mean, the title definitely stands out, but everything else is kind of plain.
Yeah. All right, are you ready to take a look at the video here?
Yep, let's go for the trailer.
All right. Alright. It kind of I like that it just starts.
But yeah, but there's no like cold open or anything like that to it.
Yeah.
It definitely needs that. I've been studying trailer design.
This feels like a kind of like a gameplay cell trailer, not like a game cell trailer, if that makes any sense to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's zippy. Like,
yeah.
For a minute long, it felt faster than that, which is a good sign.
Problem is like when you have like cars hitting and all that stuff, there's no sound effects or anything played. It's just I think I heard a little whoosh at one point, but that was about it. Like, I think it really lacked on sound effects and pop like that kind of thing.
Yeah, like the music matches the game, but it's not the worst trailer. Like I would say it's in kind of like the average tier of the trailers that we've seen, but I don't know if it would sell me on this game.
No. It doesn't sell me on it, and I was already somewhat interested in the game.
And we have a decent variety. I do like that it shows all the different modes.
You're talking about in the trailer?
You have the team play. The problem is that all the modes look alike. I think that's what kind of hurts the game.
Yeah. Because I didn't notice all the modes.
Let's see.
So we're ready to look at the screenshots?
I don't think these screenshots were used in the trailer. It's kind of hard to tell the few of them.
Yeah.
But one issue that kind of sticks out is you see in the bottom right of each screenshot, it shows like beta 1.2, beta 1.2a, and I think it would be good to get rid of that.
Yeah, that definitely does not need to be in the screenshots.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's a release game, that also needs to not be in the release game. I mean, you put that beta 1.2 or whatever on the title screen or something like that, not every screen in the game.
Yeah.
And you certainly do not want it on your screenshots.
Mm-hmm. Now, it is in early access, but for one thing, if this game does, once it's released, you don't want, beta screenshots on a game that's at 1.0.
Yep. You don't even want it on a game that's in beta.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's, again, I think it's presentable, but it's not really, like, grabbing my attention.
Yeah, it's not selling itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Are you ready to look at the rest of the store page?
Yeah.
All right. So about this game, okay, we start with a custom Gif Banner. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
What's one day? Pick up loot. Yeah, that's up. All right. I do like the gifs. Like, you have different gifs.
Mm-hmm. They're all in banner format.
Mm-hmm.
They all have that custom little UI over it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what could have taken these GIFs to another level would be if the text was animated in some kind of way.
Kind of like what we saw at that Revita game. Revita?
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is good as is, but
yeah.
You could take it up a notch and make it better.
Do you think there's too little text in between, like, each banner? Like, the grab the vault item only has, like, maybe, what would we say, like, almost 2 lines? Do you think that's a little too less or too few?
Yeah, on the grab the vault, should have more, and the optional puzzle should have more, but the others are fine.
Yeah, like, I would say maybe 2 full lines, maybe 3 full lines at most. As kind of like breaking it up would work.
Yeah, because not only do you want your GIFs to break up your text, you want your text to break up your GIFs.
Mm-hmm. Like,
either that or make smaller GIFs, but I don't think that would be the way to go.
Yeah. Here. I mean, overall, the About This page, or About This Game section, it's not bad.
It's pretty solid.
Mm-hmm. I mean, other than breaking up the text, I mean, they use the GIFs as kind of like the sectional header, so they don't really need like the blue text portions of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say it's pretty solid for this part.
Although I think they could have possibly used some blue text in here.
Maybe at the we have the bullet points. And there are different ways to play.
Yeah, you could have used some of the blue text down here, maybe for the range of different game modes, have that be blue text, or just make the actual first part of the bullet points blue. I don't know if you can actually do that in Steam, because I've never fooled around with the blue text in Steam, but I think you can just make that first part blue.
Okay.
So, I mean, that could have been a possible way, but that might have been too much blue text, too. I'm unsure. You'd have to play with it and find out, kind of thing.
All right, looking at the, like, tags and such. So, we have early access, arcade, action, casual, co-op. All right. Down here, genre, action, casual. Is there a party tag in Steam? Does anyone know?
I'm sure there is. There's, like, 5 billion tags inside of Steam.
Of course.
So, I mean, there's a tag for dark story. There's got to be a tag for party. You know what I mean?
I'm surprised there's not a multiplayer tag.
There is.
No, I mean on his page.
Yeah. He definitely needs a multiplayer tag. Needs a party game tag.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a few other tags would be nice if you can find ones that fit. But
we have the website. We have the Twitter.
Does the website actually go to the website, though?
Let's see. Altoon Games.
Yep.
Single player online co-op.
It does. Working website.
Definitely needs a few more tags.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not a dating sim. It's a thieving sim.
Dog tags.
What about shark tags?
That'd be OP.
Full version of the Okay, so they're playing 8 additional months, more content.
Are you looking at the early access stuff?
Mm-hmm. All right. I think I'm ready to review the whole. Give it a grade. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Right.
Let's go down in order. Let's go with the thumbnail. What are we thinking for the thumbnail?
I would say maybe like C plus to me. What about you?
Yeah, I was thinking C plus, B minus, somewhere in there.
It's not bad. I like the actual look of the Crooks Like Us sign, but the rest of it just looks very blah.
Yeah. Trailer? I think I would say the trailer is probably like a B minus.
I would say that it's C plus B minus. It zips along really nice, which I think helps it, but
it has no code opening. It has no
there's no impact,
structure, no sound effects, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Screenshots. What do you think about screenshots? I mean, they have beta on all of them.
Yeah. I would say maybe like D plus C minus.
I think you can go higher than that. I'd say that'd be like a B plus. B minus. B minus. Because
I'd say C.
They would be. I think they would be a B plus if the beta stuff was gone.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd say B minus the way they are right now.
Mm-hmm. All right. Go down the About This Game page. I'm thinking maybe BB plus.
I'm thinking A minus. This is a pretty solid About This page. About This Game page. I don't think that is this store page's strongest suit.
Mm-hmm.
That thing is one of the things that count the least.
Of course, unfortunately.
And it's where they really excel at in this store page.
Mm-hmm.
The tags and whatnot section. I mean, they got their website, they got their Twitter, they got all that right. They got some good tags down, but they didn't get as many good tags as they should have.
Yeah. B plus, you think? A minus?
I'd say a solid B.
Mm-hmm. So
because the tags are very important.
Mm-hmm. So overall, though.
I'm going to go with a C minus, somewhere in there.
I think this time I'm a little bit more generous. I was thinking maybe C plus. Like nothing I would say is outright like horrible. Oh my god, this is terrible.
It's just all average, which is the reason why I gave it a C.
Yeah, but
well, actually, I'd give it a C plus. Actually, now that I think about it, because it's not all average. The
About This Game is
where it does a sell kind of thing. So C plus.
Yeah, I would say C plus too. So I think the big things to kind of bump it up would be a little bit more work on the thumbnail, maybe reshooting the trailer just to give it like a little bit more of an impact.
And the trailer needs more than impact. I mean, it needs structure to it, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely look up tutorials on trailers and whatnot and how the structures. And there's a certain. Should we recommend somebody for trailer tutorial? Because there's one person who we've been in recent contact with who actually watch for tutorials on trailers.
Who?
Derek. Over at what's his YouTube channel?
I don't know. You talking about Derek Yu?
Yeah.
We're not really in direct contact. We just tweeted to him.
Yeah, well, we're not in direct contact. I just know that we tweeted him the other day, And
I'm sure. I hope he watched my review of Spelunky, because he'll really want to talk to me after that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, again, like, everything on this page is acceptable. But unfortunately, as we've said, acceptable is not a high enough grade for a lot of consumers.
Yeah. Acceptable in a lot of consumers' eyes is a failing grade.
Mm-hmm.
Because they really need extraordinary.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Because it's what it really takes to get them to push that buy button. Yeah. And I'm just noticing something here, and that's not good.
Mm-mm.
The release date of this is the 17th, and today's the 25th.
And there's no reviews. Out for a week.
Yeah, and there's no reviews.
Mm-hmm.
And that sadly means this game is basically dead, because it is so hard to come back. It is basically impossible to come back after your first week, with very low sales.
Yeah.
It's basically impossible, because at this point, Steam has buried you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's actually see how much it takes to find it on the search. CR. It comes up under Crooks at the moment.
Yeah.
But it doesn't come up under Crook. You have to have the S.
Yeah. Apparently, Crooks with a Z has a higher search result.
Yeah. But then when you hit S, it does come up.
Mm-hmm.
But I can guarantee you that probably next week, you'll probably need an S and a like at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And the week after that, you'll probably need another space and a U to get it to come up then. And then a week after that, you'll need the S too.
Mm-hmm.
Or it won't come up in search results. And that's sad.
Yeah.
Let's see who does that.
Alright. I am ready to move on to the next game if you are.
Yep. Let's go on to Narita Boy.
And this is one that I have a lot of high hopes for. I've been really looking forward to it.
Did you get your Narita run?
No, not yet. Alright. And we'll probably get so many copyright claims for the music, too. I can see it now. Alright, so... thumbnail... I'm not liking the thumbnail that much. What about you?
I'm liking it, but it's also too busy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Narita Boy is really clear. The decoration thing, I don't know what it is in the center. Maybe make that a little bit larger.
Yeah.
But it looks cool, kind of thing. The person in the background's pretty cool. Matching the aesthetics that I see in the screenshots to the thing is definitely good, but I think there's just too much in there for the size. It's just way too busy.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is not a case of a bad thumbnail, just a good thumbnail that went too far and circled around the other direction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like maybe make the actual character bigger on that, and that can eat up some of like the space. That's like there's just like a lot going on in that background.
Yeah, well, I mean, they definitely don't have an issue with eating up space. I mean, they have a problem with eating up too much space.
Mm-hmm. All right, are you ready for the trailers?
Yep, we're going for the first one.
Anyone who has ever dreamt.
And apparently it's got a PEGI rating, which is required to be at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Dear viewers, stay tuned.
This is the newer trailer.
A computer created by a genius programmer.
Yeah, the
a portal to the digital
studio name coming very early in this.
A realm
Yeah.
never seen by human
I wouldn't
eyes
do that. No,
until
no.
now. This spring, we invite you to live an incredible adventure.
I feel like this trailer's too slow.
For anyone who believes in fantasy,
I feel like this voice acting
For anyone who has ever
is taken away from the trailer
Yeah.
too.
unfold the
As well as
secrets of
being
a digital
slow.
kingdom, a magical place beyond time and space. Be ready for a neo-retro symphonic quest, a post-fever dream
Like the
with
music.
echoes from a far dimension, a vast homage to the glory.
Yeah, but
of
it's too
old
slow.
times.
Mm-hmm.
A boy has been called. A
It's too
hero
long,
will
too.
arise.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Wield the techno sword and
it's
become
felt like 2 or
legend.
3 minutes so far, and it's only at a minute 20.
Like the Crooks Like Us demo or trailer was a minute, but it felt more like 30 to 40 seconds, so how zippy it was, or how fast. I do like the call action at the end.
Yeah,
That's a really nice call action.
which is also what they use for their thumbnail.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what it is you see this, if you look at the call to action, you see this second layer that's on top of it. I think that's what making the thumbnail look too busy.
Yeah.
I need to drop that second layer off of there.
Alright, let's look at the second trailer. It's a minute 9.
The trichroma, the energy beam that emerges from the core. The mystical
I
blast
feel
that
like the
creates
voice
digital
acting is hurting this game.
the light that
Yeah, I
shines
do
beneath
too.
every line of code.
And here's the thing, they had a far
The
more
stallions
solid
of the
trailer
digital kingdom, the techno fathers
for
have seen
the
trichroma to
Kickstarter
forge
trailer
the
for the
ultimate
game.
weapon, the techno
I haven't
sword.
seen it.
Now, it needs a hero to wield it. This spring, take your passion and make it happen. Travel beyond your imagination. Claim your sword. And
Yeah,
feel
this
the
just feels
trichroma
so
power
slow.
within
I mean,
you. In the darkest night,
it's an action game, but
will arise.
it makes the action feel like it's turn-based.
Yeah. Like, the original trailer, I think, was so much better than this. And the same thing with the call action at the end.
Yeah.
And
Now
I'm
they have better, more, elevated music at the end. I mean, that would have been better music for the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that would have been the best music, but it would have been better than what they
Yeah.
have.
I mean, again, like, if you have a chance, definitely, like, look up the trailer announcement for Narita Boy. It is so much better. It's also a lot faster, too.
Mm-hmm.
So, the screenshots, I don't believe were... Wait, I think one was featured.
9 was used in
Yeah.
the trailer. As was 6, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think 5 was too.
I think from a different angle was 5. But the one with the hand, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good art. Like, it's very impressive art for this game.
Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff that's reused from the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a no-no.
Yep. Alright, are you ready for the About This Game?
Yep.
Alright, so we start with a GIF, but there's no, like, text on it. We have...
And there's an effect applied to it,
Mm-hmm.
making it look like an old,
CRT.
yeah, that's the term I was thinking about.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll search for that trailer. Let's see.
Why am I slow, Pony? Besides not feeling good.
I like the second GIF. We're using the sword and the shotgun combo.
Yeah, that's a really solid GIF right there.
I feel like Crooks Like Us didn't have enough text to break up the GIFs. This has too much text breaking up the GIFs.
It's not broken up enough.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then they're doing a bunch of GIFs right beside each other.
Yeah, and that's not good.
Nope. They have too much text in one place,
Not enough.
not broken up, and then they have too much GIFs on the other side. Is that Safeway Extreme?
Maybe. 1 second. Let's see if I can find the.
Or just extremely bad.
Let me find that trailer. Alright, I think I have it. There, I could show that. I'll show that off after we look at the rest of the page, just as a point of comparison. Alright. I mean, again, it's a case of they have a lot of, like, really solid content to show, but they're not showing it in the best light.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I know there are developers who would kill for this aesthetic for their game.
Yep.
Alright, so the information we have...
And basically no tags at all.
No action tag.
Just adventure. How is this an adventure game?
I'm surprised they didn't put RPG, too.
It's an adventure indie game, apparently.
We have YouTube. We have the studio's YouTube, not the developer's YouTube. Is it the website?
You mean the publisher?
Yeah.
No, the publisher is Studio Kuba. The publisher is Team 17. Oh, so okay, I see what you're saying now.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Twitter for the developer and the YouTube for the
publisher.
What do we got for a website?
Seems to link to it.
Yeah, it's got the game's website.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
but that
supposed
is
to be
not very many tags.
Yeah, that's supposed to be the creator of the game El Gordo was talking about, the Keanu Reeves looking guy. Alright. So I'm gonna play. I'm gonna make sure this is the right one first. Let's see.
Well, link me the thing too.
Let me make sure it is the right one. Yeah, that's the right one. Alright, 1 second here. Okay, there's the trailer. Alright. So this is a longer trailer.
Let me know when you're ready.
I think it starts off a lot more. I think the voice acting hurts those two trailers.
Yeah. Are we ready to start this trailer?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, let's start.
Narita,
Yeah, this is way better already.
I'll lower just a little bit because it does get a little loud. Now, this is actually a combination of their Kickstarter trailer and their final trailer. But yeah, so much better paced.
Yeah. I didn't have a code opening or anything, but, you know. This is so much better. In every way.
Shows off more action.
Better pace. It's still not, you know, as good a pace as it should be, but it's worlds better compared to that original. The one they have now, rather.
Do you think when, like, the middle, when it slows down for about, like, 30 seconds is good? And then,
I mean, it's not proper pacing, no.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a problem throughout the trailer, not just at that point.
Yeah.
Because maybe I'll talk about that after we finish the trailer. Basically, the structure of a trailer. So we can be enlightened.
I do think it is a little long. I think 2.5 minutes. Even if it's really good for those 2.5 minutes, is still too long.
It's way too long for a first trailer. Not too long for a second trailer,
Mm-hmm.
but definitely way too long for a first trailer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so again, while it is longer than the 2 trailers that are on the page, it's faster. It
And
holds
way
your
better.
attention more.
It definitely felt shorter, even though it was a lot longer.
And that's what you want. You don't want the opposite. You don't want a 20-second trailer to feel like a minute long.
Yep, and you don't want your trailer to be a minute long either.
Yeah.
Not really, anyway. There are exceptions, but not. You generally want to avoid that in your first trailer. Mm-hmm. Now, then, what I was saying about trailer structure. So, trailer structure, you need there's basically 4 sections you kind of need. You need the code opening kind of thing, which is, notorious for like comics, that go up on stage kind of thing. What the code opening is something, really amazing right out the gate.
Mm-hmm.
And that something really amazing can be leading with a really funny joke right at the beginning, or leading with an awesome action sequence right at the beginning. Whatever it is, you need to or something really intriguing right at the beginning. You need to have something right at the beginning that just really grabs them, grabs their attention.
And it's also why we say you don't put like the logo and the studio name at the very start, because that's not grabbing anything.
Yeah, unless you're like Blizzard. But I'm sure Alan J. Brack is not watching this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't apply to you watching this. So don't do that. And the next section after the code opening would be you ramp things down and things are slow at that point. And then the next section goes, harder, faster, stronger, better. Mm-hmm. And then the next one goes even harder, faster, stronger, better kind of thing. And you leave them on that last, pow kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it should be kind of similar, in a lot of ways to your code opening kind of thing. And then you do your call to action after that.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready for the grade?
Yeah.
All right. So thumbnail, I'm thinking maybe B minus B. What about you?
I was thinking B plus.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it's B plus because of the potential.
Mm-hmm.
But as it is right now, it's B.
All right. The 2 trailers. I don't know. I think they are like C quality for me.
I don't even think they're C's. I would go. The structure is all wrong. It's horribly, horribly slow. They're really, really long. The only thing the trailer has going for it is there's little bits of gameplay in it. Mm-hmm. That's I think the only thing in the first trailer and the second trailer for that matter. And the voice actor is just bringing it down. And I would say that's a D plus.
Yeah, maybe D plus C minus for me. I mean, again, you don't want the trailer to dissuade people. And it's a shame that I think like a combination of that final trailer that I showed and that trailer, or like the minute-long ones, would have been far better. Or even just making the final trailer announcement like 40 seconds long and putting that as like your first trailer.
Like if they just made that original one, their trailer on here, I would have probably given that a C plus, B, mm-hmm. B minus kind of thing. Because that wasn't a bad trailer, but the trailers they have up on their store page are pretty bad trailers.
Yeah. All right. About this game.
What screenshots next? which they did. Over half of these screenshots are used in the trailers,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the same as not having screenshots,
Yeah.
at least for those. And matter of fact, it's like having less screenshots than zero.
Mm-hmm.
But like the other ones that are there, and they don't look bad, but I would give this screenshots a D.
Mm.
What do you say? Because there's hardly any new content in there, and what is hurt by the fact is the others don't have new content.
I would put it in the C range because it still looks really impressive, and people, I think, care more about, what is being shown than they are about repeating.
Yeah, but they've already seen it. I mean, why would they make it think that there's not much content in the game?
Mm-hmm. And that's a complaint I see some of the people saying as well, that they want to see, what else is to this game.
Yeah, so my that's the reason why I give the screenshots a D.
Mm-hmm. I think I'll still sit with in the C minus range for me. It's not horrible. I think for somebody looking at this page, they're gonna be like, "This looks very incredible," but it depends on how far they're gonna get past those two trailers.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now the about this game
is very, very lopsided, and both sides are bad.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe DD plus for the about this game.
I wasn't thinking that. Well, I was thinking C minus. Because I mean, what they have there is good. They just have it ordered horribly.
Mm-hmm.
They could take all this and reorder it and probably get an A minus pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
But in ordered the way they have it now, no.
Yeah, the whole one thing that's just really bothering me is at the bottom they have should be a little joke. There's an end of the story. Why is that sandwiched between two gifs? Why didn't they just put that all the way at the bottom
or above the trilogy of gifts they have here?
Yeah. Also, the gifs are not all the same size, which is starting to annoy me.
Yeah, and I don't think that really matters too much unless you're putting them all side by side, which you don't want to do in the first place.
Which they did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sticking D plus C minus. I think for this about this page. What's here is great, but the structure is all wrong.
Mm-hmm. I'm going C.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So information. They totally messed up all their tags.
Yeah, that's the only thing they have that's good is the Twitter and the YouTube.
No, I mean the YouTube only affects their publisher, and you're not in the business to make your publisher better.
I think maybe. What do you think? D minus D for this section?
Yeah, D minus D.
Yeah, again, it's an action game.
Yeah, there's no action game. It is definitely not an adventure game. There's no point and click anywhere in this game.
Mm-hmm. That we know of. Maybe there is an adventure section. And a first person.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that it's an adventure, as in you're going out on an adventure, but it's an action game. Mm-hmm. First and primary. Very clear.
Mm-hmm.
Sad thing is the first two trailers made that action look very, very slow and very, very unactiony. It looked like very, very boring action.
And the one trailer that shows all the action is now on the store page.
Yep.
So what? I think it's time for our grade here. So
it's not going to be pretty.
I don't know. Do we grade it on the merit of the content or on the structure of the store page?
We have to grade it on the store page because, I mean, we're not here to grade the game. This is not, we're not reviewing the game. This is, not about the game itself. This is about how the store page, makes the game look.
Yeah. I think maybe D+, maybe? Somewhere around there?
I think you might be a little bit generous there. I'm going with a D.
I thought you were going to be a little bit higher than me.
Like, this is bad. Like, yeah. I believe the game could likely be good. I haven't played it or even seen it played. I think you played it, Josh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Was the game? What did you think about the game?
I thought it was good, but I noticed some nagging issues with the general gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
it looks like it could be that, but from what I'm looking at, but at the same time, from the store point of view, I see nothing but nagging issues.
Yeah. So here's the thing, and I'll go ahead and mention this in the chat about how the sales are going to represent our review, and that's going to be, I think, a very interesting point. I feel like, again, like, this game is not out, obviously, if you check the date and the release date right there. Yeah, I think it's going to go one of two ways. I think we're either A, word of mouth by the publisher, all the synth and retro look, we either get this game a lot of reviews really fast, or it's going to be a struggle to get those reviews.
Yeah. Because it all depends on, if the publisher, and the aesthetics pull it enough to get lucky, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or if the store page representation and all that end up pulling it, because as is, looking at the store page, that's going to be pulling it down, not up.
Yeah. And this is one of those games that I feel the developer and publishers are making the mistake that the name from the Kickstarter and the style are going to be enough to sell the game, so they can, who cares about the rest of the store page? And unfortunately, that only works if you're Nintendo, Blizzard, or EA.
Or a big publisher.
Yeah.
How big of a publisher is Team 17?
I don't know. I think maybe moderately big. They've been around. I've seen a lot of games published by them. I'm pretty sure that Revita game we looked at 2 weeks ago was a Team 17.
Well, they did Overcooked.
Mm-hmm.
And Escapist.
Yeah.
And Worms. Neon Abyss.
Yeah, they do a lot of them. And again,
Monster Sanctuary.
The thing about this, and why this is so difficult, is that we've seen store pages that the game doesn't have a strong aesthetic. It's not selling the game, but the store page foundation is solid. And then we have something like this where, the aesthetics and, the art are amazing. They immediately catch your eye. But the store page is just not set up to make use of that.
Yeah. And the question is which one will win? Mm-hmm. Or will it be a blur between the two?
Yeah.
Will the crappy store page ruin everything? Will the aesthetics save everything? Or will it be a combination between, to where, they get middling, performance kind of thing?
Yeah.
Because based off of the store page kind of thing, if it just rides on the store page, we'll probably come back next week and it'll probably say no user reviews.
Yeah. I mean,
but if it rides on the aesthetics, we'll probably come back next week and this will probably say 1,000, probably several hundred reviews, if not 1,000.
Yep. And as a point of comparison, I went back to look at the Loop Hero, which I think we gave that one kind of a lower grade for the store page.
Mm-hmm.
And they are sitting at just over almost 14,000 reviews, which is really damn good for a game like this.
Yeah, and I have seen a few YouTubers advertising him.
Mm-hmm. So again, the store page and that side didn't matter as much, but
they also had promotion from YouTubers,
Devolver,
Devolver,
mm-hmm.
and all this other stuff. The question is can Team 17 and their name carry it the same way that Devolver carried Loop Hero?
It's that same question of, can you compete like Nintendo or Blizzard or 2K and so on?
Mm-hmm. Can you do a shitty job on your store page and still succeed?
Mm-hmm.
And the answer to that is maybe, depending on your publish, depending on who you got to publish you,
and sometimes just dumb luck.
And luck.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Let's go to I think we're ready for our final game. So this is Evil Genius 2. So we played this one once. What was that?
I've never heard of this game.
Mm-hmm. And we got 4 different trailers to look at. I hope they're short ones, because I have not looked at... Oh, I'm sorry, 5. Jeez.
All the trailers.
Yeah, so
let's look at the thumbnail first.
I think...
I think this is a really good thumbnail, because, I mean, Evil Genius 2 World Domination is very clear, very readable, in a big font, and it's also stylized. Mm-hmm. You have the evil genius, Dr. Evil himself there on the thumbnail with his mischievous smile looking over the globe. And you're like, oh, I already know what this game is going to be about. It's going to be about taking over the world. Mm-hmm. It says it right there in the thumbnail. And then the nice gradient behind it keeps things clean and simple, yet does not distract from the points, the point of interest kind of thing. Yeah, and if you look at the thing, it's kind of forming like a triangle that points towards the name of the game in its structure. So like it's all like just. I think that's a really solid thumbnail. I think that's super solid thumbnail.
Yeah. I guess like the only thing I would nitpick is that I feel like the W for world is like kind of like overlaid on his chest there. Like I think like the whole thing could be maybe like shifted up, maybe like a few centimeters.
So yeah, it is kind of getting a little bit in that bright area, and it's kind of washing out the world a little bit.
Mm-hmm. But other than that,
but you don't want to space it too much upwards because you want to have that buffer in there. Mm-hmm. But they could probably go with a little bit. Just a less little buffer. Yeah, just a hair, like lose like I don't know. Let's just say that's like 900 pixels kind of thing. Just lose like 30 pixels off the buffer.
I could have been a DLC character for that beat 'em up game we played last night. If only we would have gotten in before they ran out of the Kickstarter pledges. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think one other thing about that thumbnail before we move on I like is that it's not busy. Like, I could see somebody putting, like, some kind of graphic or something in the bottom right because there's a lot of negative space there. But it works because the other 3 corners have content in there already.
And you also want negative space.
Yeah.
Because, you not only want... Because negative space is something I've definitely learned when doing my UI stuff on, Neon Continuum. People like negative space because if there isn't negative space, then it becomes too busy.
Yeah.
And unclear, hard to read kind of thing. Mm-hmm. They also don't like, light stuff on light backgrounds or dark stuff on dark backgrounds, which is kind of the problem we're having with the W in World.
Yeah.
Again, just like it's moving that up too much into brightness. Another thing they could have done was just reduce the radius of the globe. Kind of thing. So they pulled that back. But I think it's a very, very solid thumbnail.
Yeah. And like what works about is that you're like if you look away and you look at it, your eyes are immediately drawn to the evil genius, not the title, the actual character, and then just like directly right of that is the name of the game.
Yeah, because it's like an arrow if you can see it, right?
Yeah.
So it pulls you in with the big impact of the evil genius kind of thing, and then there's like an arrow that kind of gets drawn, and then at the end of that arrow, your eyes follow. There's the evil genius too.
Yeah.
World domination. You know, it's very, very good design.
All right. So let's begin with the first trailer. And these start to be like, I have not clicked on these yet. These are like 10, 15-minute trailers. We're not going to watch the whole thing here. But
yeah.
Let's start with the first one. So this is 2 minutes long.
Must sometimes
it's a bit
long.
Yeah.
I need Agent Steele located at...
Let's see how they do with the code open.
I must take the vault from them. How dare they challenge me on my day of victory?
I think they could definitely do better with that code opening.
Yeah. I feel like these trailers aren't going to be ordered right.
Yeah, probably.
Join me or die. Idiots. I want this done.
It's way too slow.
Immediately.
Yeah, it is.
Not sooner.
For a first trailer.
This is going to sting.
I can anticipate that.
This is very much like a story trailer kind of thing. Not something you want as your first trailer.
Yeah.
Work smarter, not hard.
I think it's a pretty solid trailer, but not a horrible one for your first one.
Yeah.
To get things back on track.
I see potential within you.
Evil never sleeps.
Now that would have been a great code opening, you know. Villains never sleep, they just need to sit down. You know, that would have been a good code opening right there.
Oh, that must hurt. My money's on me. Are you enjoying your time as my guest?
Get to work.
Again, like, the content here is solid. It just needs to be better organized.
Or done for second trailer.
Yeah. I feel like I'm gonna stop it here at the 149 mark. I feel like what they're going for is trying to make these trailers sell the gameplay, as in you're already interested in this game, but they're not selling the game itself, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it seems more like they're trying to sell the story of the game.
Alright, I'm gonna go to the sandbox mode reveal one.
The second one?
Yeah. So it's 46 seconds.
Still a lot better time.
Alright, showing the base expanding out, that's nice.
Yeah.
Type rules or sense. You have a call to action in the middle, of course.
Yeah.
I feel like they hold
well,
on the...
still at the end because it's got a long call to action at the end.
Yeah, they're really pushing pre-purchases and all that. Nope.
I think this was a better trailer than the first one for a first trailer, but it still didn't have like a good code opening kind of thing to it.
Yeah. All right, are you ready for the third one?
Yeah.
All right, so this is a minute 20. All right, so it starts with the music. Oop, go on.
No real code opening here.
I like the art of the game, though. I think they really did a good job on that.
And they're starting with the wish listed now.
Yeah. It's almost like it's been repeated.
Whoa.
World. Yeah. It's good that this is like a third trailer because it's way too slow.
Yeah, it is way too slow.
Alright, and then it's gonna probably have like 20 seconds of call to action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's gonna be it. So next one.
Yeah. So what's this one? Minute.
I
mean, it's nice they're not like 5-minute long trailers. At least not yet.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with a 5-minute trailer as long as it's not your first one and it's has meaningful content in that 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one feels even slower.
Oh yeah. That's because there's no code opening or anything in it.
Because I made it so.
Or anything remotely close to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yet they took my country from me.
Yeah, this one's agonizing slow.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna have to like fast forward a little bit because it's just way too long. Yeah. Okay. I'm ready to move on to the final trail. I'm getting tired of watching all these trailers.
Yeah, I don't think this is a good trailer at all.
Alright, so let's look at the final one. Oh, it's 2 minutes long. Let's see. At least it starts a little snappy with the different colors.
Yeah. Still not a good cold opening, but, better than a lot of them, if not all of them.
Yeah. They've been reusing some of this footage, or they're just doing like the same gameplay.
Yeah.
They hang on words, I think, a little too long in all the trailers.
Yeah.
Again, like... after we're done watching this trailer, I'll give my thoughts on what I'm thinking about this.
Yeah.
I feel like you could have done this in like a minute instead of 2.
Yeah.
I'm surprised, given like how trap focused this game is. There wasn't a trailer just on all the traps.
Yeah. Or you didn't have a bunch of traps as code openings, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because that would make probably a brilliant code opening.
Yep.
You just put a whole bunch of different traps. Kapow! Kabing! Kabaya! Kabaya! 5 seconds of just like, like 7, 8 traps going up in 5 seconds. And that would have been a great code opening.
Of course, Juan. Yeah, we need to like blind the person with like horrible text too. So what I was saying is, this feels very much, and I bet the store page will be as well. This is not aimed at new people. This is aimed for everyone who played the first Evil Genius and want to go, hey, there's a new Evil Genius game.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I think, helps to some extent, but if I had no idea about this game, if I've never heard of Evil Genius before, I don't think this would sell me on this game.
No, absolutely not.
And despite having 5 different trailers, there's not like the game trailer, like the one that's actually going to bring in and engage new people.
Yeah.
And like you were just saying, like a trap-focused trailer to start with, or even like the first 5 to 10 seconds, would have been a very strong opening.
Yeah. Could you imagine like so if I were to make a trailer for this, I would start with like 5 seconds of just, bam, 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 bam traps, probably 8 9 traps in like 10 seconds kind of thing. Less, half a second, maybe less per trap kind of thing, and just make this, explosion kind of thing for the cold opening. And then after that, it needs to slow down. And that's when you cut to one of the thing with the evil geniuses kind of thing, and them ordering people around. And then you would go up from there to, probably training your
minions,
your minions and stuff,
building
like
the base.
And then the next part would be like the most action-packed stuff, including some traps in there kind of thing of the gameplay. And then after that, the call to action, and maybe after the call to action, put a little blurb at the end of something funny happening in the game where where one of the enemy, one of the evil geniuses says something stupid funny kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, you have Brian Blessed playing like an M. Bison looking character, so I mean, that should just write itself in terms of like wacky dialogue.
Yeah. And if you did that and cut it down to maybe 45 seconds, that would be a really amazing trailer for this game.
Now, the screenshots, I've been looking through them. A lot of them are repeats. It's hard to tell, but again, now to be fair though, this game has 5 different trailers. But
yeah, more is not better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely seeing a lot of repeated content. Maybe even all of it.
Could be. The rocket launcher with the Red Ivan, for sure.
Yeah, I'm thinking all of those screenshots were repeated.
Yeah.
So I'm going to count this as 0 screenshots.
Alright. So let's scroll down. Alright, so we have a pre-purchase offer. Then they have slightly animated first GIF for The World Is Just Enough. Evil Genius 2. Okay, we have GIFs. The GIFs are breaking up the text, I think, pretty nicely.
Yeah, and blue text, too.
There's plots, carry them out, GIFs are taken for pre-release footage.
And that's something you don't want.
Yeah.
You want to update the GIFs. Unless that part didn't change at all.
Yeah.
Unless
and
that part didn't
these
change,
GIFs,
you want to replace it with new GIFs.
I'm pretty sure every one of these GIFs was in the trailers, too.
Probably.
I mean, structure-wise, it's pretty on point.
Yeah, like the About This game page would be really solid if all of this stuff was not in the trailer.
Yeah.
In the trailers.
Yeah. Alright, let's go back up, and, okay, tags, simulation strategy.
They could definitely use some more tags.
I can't think of any more that would work.
Could you not?
Well, what else would this game be?
I don't know. I don't have access to the tags right now, but I'm sure I could find, a good 10 more that apply to this.
Yeah,
it's
Facebook.
Not hard.
Huh? The information, though, is good. We have Facebook, we have Twitch, we have Twitter, we have their YouTube channel, we have their
they
website.
Have really good on that. And all of it goes to,
They're
Rebellion.
both developer and the publisher.
Yeah. Okay. So, all of it goes to them.
Yeah. So, I think I'm ready to begin grading, are you?
Yeah.
Alright, so thumbnail, I think that's an A+ thumbnail.
Yeah, I'd say it's not perfect, but it's definitely an A+.
Yeah, like, even the nitpick, I don't think that's enough to distract from it or detract from it.
Yeah, definitely an A+ thumbnail. Maybe the best thumbnail we've seen on the show.
Now, the trailers.
Trailers, not so much.
Again, the trailers, like, they're trying to sell this to people who already know the game.
Which are probably already going to buy the game and don't need to be sold to.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about the trailers? Because, I'm kind of conflicted.
I mean, they're not bad trailers, but they're not like marketable trailers.
Yeah, they're not going to bring anybody new in. They're just going to resell to everybody who bought the first one, which we're probably already going to buy this one.
Mm-hmm. And I feel that they missed an opportunity with the whole trap system and showing more of that off.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I hate to say it, I think it's in the D range.
You think so? I was thinking low C's, but you know,
like D.
Maybe it's a D because you know it isn't actually doing anything for new customers, and that's who you want to target.
Yeah.
Because I mean the returning customers are already biased towards you.
Yeah. Like you have all this stuff and they're just not showing it off right. Yeah. Again, crazy traps, Brian Blessed, you know, crazy spy action. I mean, those three things could sell itself.
Mm-hmm. And they're going to have to because the trailers aren't.
Yeah.
So
screenshots.
Maybe what, a D plus?
Yeah. Screenshots. I'm thinking. What do you think? Like DF range?
F minus because they're all the same content.
Mm-hmm.
There's no screenshots.
Yeah.
F minus.
Mm-mm. All right. So the about this game section.
Well, they have the pre-purchase section. Let's not forget about that. Which, you know, is a pretty solid section kind of thing.
Oh god. So they really gonna have a season pass. I don't know what here's the thing that's bothering me. I get the henchman pack, I get the lair items, I even get the minions. What's a campaign pack? Like, the game is supposed to be sold on 4 unique campaigns in the sandbox, so are they going to throw a new genius in? Is it going to be, like, adding more stuff to their campaigns? Could use a little bit more detail there.
Yeah. Could definitely.
Alright. So, about this game, it's not bad.
I think it's pretty solid.
If the gifts were, like...
original?
Yeah.
Yeah. If the gifts were original, I would say this would probably be an A.
Yeah. Definitely. I would say at this point, maybe B? Maybe B minus?
I'd say B minus because, again, they're all old content. And it's old content because it's all pre-release footage.
Yeah.
So actually, I wouldn't even go. I'd go B minus because it's pre-release footage. It's all content we've already seen.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a great structure to it and everything else, and the headline banner is really good, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the fact that the GIFs are reused content and they're old content,
yeah,
that really sinks it, kind of thing. That's if this had been new content and up to date content, this would have been an easy A.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say what, C minus or C plus,
just
because they nailed the structure so well.
Yeah. All right, the information. I think B.
I mean, they nailed all the links and everything.
Mm-hmm. Maybe a few more tags.
I think they screwed up their tags though.
Yeah, like
I know there's got to be more tags for that because like. Mm-hmm. When I was actually browsing through the tags for my last game, Chromasia kind of thing, it was hard not to pick like 10, 15 tags. You know what I mean? And it's like I was worried about picking too many tags.
Mm-hmm. All right, so it's time for the final grade. And this is going to be, I think, a tricky one because the most important thing, the thumbnail, is probably the best we've ever seen. Yep. But the second most important thing is not selling the game.
Yeah, that's I wouldn't say one of the worst things we've seen, but it's definitely on the lower scale of things that we've seen.
So we kind of like start really high up and then we kind of just like nosedive immediately.
Yeah. And then the screenshots are non-existent.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go really high up at the same time of crashing down in
Is this
about this game.
Is this safely extreme then?
Yeah, I think so.
It's a tough one to grade.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Like if we start at A+ with the thumbnail, then we go like immediately D- D for the trailers.
And then we go F- for the screenshots, and then we go
B-. We're just going all over the place here.
Yeah, this is a roller coaster. What this is.
And again, so much of the grade is on the thumbnail, but so much of it on the trailer.
On the trailer, yeah. And then the secondary part is on the thirdary part is on the screenshots, which they completely failed.
But they did really go on the about this game section.
You know, they did really good with their structure and really bad with the content on the GIFs.
So I think this game just like breaks our review score.
Yeah, it really does. This one's so hard.
Maybe that's
do.
all part of their diabolical plan.
Maybe they plotted to ruin our grading system.
Which is impressive because this game's been in development for a few years, and we just started doing this a few months ago.
Yeah,
they really played the long game here.
Yeah, they really did.
I don't want to give this a D. I feel like the thumbnail really does help it so much, but I can't see giving it a higher grade at the same time.
Yeah.
What do you think? Like D+, C-?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And I can't decide between the two. Like I want to give it a D+ because of all the things they did wrong, but I really want to give it a C+ because of the structure of the about this page and the amazing thumbnail.
Yeah.
But as much as the thumbnail carries it into getting here, the problem is after getting here, you're just let down.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to go with a B+ because of that. Because getting them to the store page is the first battle, with the thumbnail.
Keeping them is the next one.
Yeah, and this isn't keeping anybody. This is getting people off, getting people to leave your page.
Yeah. I think the craziest thing, I think of all the trailers, I think Crooks Like Us had like the best structured trailer.
Yeah, and I think it still needed better structure. But
yeah.
We haven't had good luck with trailers today.
No. Yeah.
I think I might even downgrade it to a D because there's the thumbnail gets you to the store page. Absolutely. But nothing on the store page after that keeps me here.
Yeah. Nothing,
because the screenshots are enough. The trailers are, low grades. The about this page, I'm not even going to make it to that.
Yeah.
And the lack of tags and everything, that's going to hurt, getting people to actually even see the thumbnail.
I think I'll say D+, C- for me. I think
I'm going to go with D.
Like, there's on one of the trailers, there was a Venus flytrap that popped up and grabbed the guy. That should have been a cold opening for any one of their trailers.
Yeah.
So much between Narita Boy and Evil Genius 2 is just, fumbling what they have. And it's a shame.
Yeah, it really is.
And again, I think Evil Genius 2 is going to be the same spot as Narita Boy. It's either going to get a lot of reviews on the name and the style, or it's going to struggle.
No, I think Evil Genius 2 is in a completely different spot. Because I think what's going to happen is everybody that owns Evil Genius 1 is pretty much going to buy Evil Genius 2. but I don't see any real growth of their fan base. You know, I just see stagnation.
And the first Evil Genius was good, not amazing. Direct sequel to the 2004 Cold Classic. It's really been 17 years? Oh my god. Yeah, so they're selling this to a fan base that already knows this game.
Yeah, and people who are already going to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is they're not selling it to the people who aren't going to buy it.
Yeah.
They're not convincing them to buy it, but they're convincing everybody who is going to buy it to buy it. And, you know.
And again, like, it's for those of you watching this right now, live recorded, we have to again stress that these reviews have nothing to do with the gameplay. You can have the most amazing, 100% solid gameplay and still have an F- trailer and store page.
Mm-hmm. And I think this game does have pretty solid gameplay from what I've seen you play of it.
Mm-hmm.
And how you killed my OCD when you were playing it.
Yep.
But, like, sadly, gameplay is not a store page.
Yeah.
Because if it was, this game would have a lot better store page, a lot better grade.
Yeah. I think the irony for our three games is that Crooks Like Us, despite having probably like the weakest in terms of presentation and just, stuff to pitch to somebody, had the strongest store page.
Mm-hmm.
While the other two games have so much potential, so much that just immediately pops to you, but doesn't do anything with it.
Yep. And you got basically you got the Crooks Among Us, doing so much more with their content than with their limited content than these people than the other two were doing with their lots of content.
Yeah.
It's like what would be the thing? It basically the last two are basically if somebody goes out and buys a Lamborghini kind of thing,
mm-hmm.
and then they leave it in a garage and never drive it kind of thing. Where the other one is maybe like a Honda Civic, and they're not completely modded out or anything, but they have some they have some stuff on there, and they're able to actually get out there and race kind of thing. These have race cars and they're not using them, where the other one doesn't have a race car. They have a more normal car that's been more hyped up kind of thing. And in the end, they go the fastest because they're not parked in a garage.
But all it takes is for one of these two to improve things slightly, and would probably massively bump up their grades.
Yeah, just pull the cars out of the garage and go for a ride.
Just tap the accelerator and you're already going.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. All right. Well, I think with that, we'll wrap up for this week's show. So we already have one submission for next week. And again, for developers watching, if you'd like us to very much, go down every part of your store page and offer you advice, please get in touch. You can follow me on Twitter at GWBycer. And for you, Shark?
You can follow me at Nexus Games INC1.
Join our respective Discords. You'll find them in the descriptions of each of our videos.
Yep, and you can also find Twitter links, Discord links, links to both of our YouTube channels. You're obviously on one of our channels right now, but we have, the other one of us have a channel too that you can subscribe to. And, we both have different content as well as some of the same.
Yeah. And if you want to catch these shows live, they are held Thursdays, normal time 3:30 when I'm not at a doctor for my allergies. And if you want to watch our Sunday shows where we talk game design and game dev topics specifically on the Safe Extreme cast, that is at 4:30 ET starting time.
Yeah, and if you want to catch my dev streams for, my current game that I'm making for Neon Continuum. That's at 3 o'clock on Josh's time, or 2 o'clock in my time.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is going to do it. Links to the past. All right. Well, I am going to head out. I will be back later tonight for our regular game stream. We'll probably play that Dandy Ace, but we'll see what else is available. And when is your next stream, Shark?
That would be tomorrow. Tomorrow will be my dev stream. And I got to find out what I'm going to work on tomorrow.
All right. So, with that said, come back for daily discussions on game design here and on game wisdom, where he's in the art and science of games. And until next time, take care.